Hey babies, welcome back. So I'm going to be starting off with a canvas wig head and a mesh dome style wig cap. It does have like a breathable ventilation in it. I have bleached and plucked the frontal and also cut off about 2 inches or maybe about an inch and a half off each of the sides. So if you want a detailed video on how I actually cut and measure my frontals for my frontal wigs, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to be making a quick weave wig with this hair, so I am covering my canvas head just with a plastic bag. You can totally use saran wrap, a shower cap, whatever you have available, but a plastic bag was easier. So I'm going to show you how to apply this. I already have the dome cap on the canvas head. It is tacked down, and I'm going to be using some 30-second Salon Pro hair glue. Of course, you can use whatever hair glue you choose, but I'm just going to be lining the base of the frontal. So where the thicker portion of the fabric is, that's exactly where I'm going to be putting the glue, because that's where I want it to hold down, just the same as if you were actually sewing the hair. Now, this is going to be a shocker for some of you guys, this video, because I've never done anything like this, but this is like my second or third time making a frontal quick weave, so I'm like, let me show y'all how to do this. It's really, really simple, so you guys will probably love this rendition. So this is what the glue looks like. It is 30-second holding glue, so of course I probably should have kind of let it air dry just a teeny tiny bit before applying it. It would have caused me to do less work as far as having to hold it into place and things. So you just want to find the middle of the frontal, whatever that's going to be for you, and then find the very tips of the frontal where the thicker portion of that lace was, and then just match it up with the sides of the frontal. I'm actually going to give you a better view of that for some of you guys that are kind of confused right now. Even I was confused the first time I did this. I'm like, wait, what's happening? But it's not as hard as it looks. It's just more so you get tired of the glue moving around and stuff like that, which is why I introduced the blow dryer. But I didn't use like high heat. I only used it on cool, because of course warm heat is actually just going to warm up the glue, so you don't want that. So anyway, using my Chi Pro blow dryer, I have it on low heat, and then I'm just going to press a little cool shot to keep it cool. So that's pretty much it. And as you can see, it lines up perfectly. So I usually cut my frontals at about 12 inches across. So if a frontal comes, I believe it's like a 13 by 4, 13 by 6, I'll cut off about 2 inches total. So it's going to be 1 inch on one side, another inch on the other side. But like I said, I'll show you a detailed video on that. Then I'm also showing you how to line up the frontal. So you see the very tip is at the very tip of the dome cap, so that's exactly where it's going to line up, and the dome cap fits my head perfectly. If you have to use another cap, I know they have the extra large caps. Definitely make sure you try on the cap before you commit to the style. Although it is stretchy, the glue does kind of make it a little bit harder to stretch if you do not allow it to dry fully before trying it on your head. So you definitely want to make sure that's going to be an important step. So I made this wig one day. It's actually still sitting on the wig cap. So that's about 2 days later. Obviously it was dry the same day, but I wasn't ready to wear the wig. So if you do have any areas that need to be tacked down, do not be afraid to apply more glue. It's literally just glue. Even if you get it on the hair, you can allow it to dry just a little bit and then take a comb and get it out. Hence why I braided the frontal, so that I can get all of the hair out of the way. But I could have totally just used a clip, things like that. Nothing too crazy. So on to the important part, right? Or actually the frontal was the most important part. You'll be surprised. You can literally glue these tracks any way you see fit. I am using the Nadula Malaysian straight hair. I have 3 bundles, or actually 4 bundles of 26, and then the frontal is a 20. This hair was super soft and silky, came extremely fast, y'all. Nadula is one of my favorite hair companies. So I actually said I was going to do a list of like my top AliExpress or non-AliExpress hair companies, just so you have an idea. They always have really good sales. So anyway, make sure to check them out. Also, when you're getting ready to line up the tracks, I do go ahead and actually just kind of measure it out, cut it with the scissors, put my glue on it, and then of course just hold it into place. So in some of the clips, I got to the point where I was just kind of holding the hair into place and not using the blow dryer. Just depends on how much glue I applied and how quick it dried. Now what I will say is, if you're doing this on a client or someone's head, you may not use the blow dryer. You may not need spritz or any of that other holding agents, to just kind of help you out, because your hair is already warm. So that's what actually helps warm up the glue just a little bit faster, and it dries a lot quicker. So totally up to you, but that is a little tip and a trick. So I'm making sure to bring the tracks all the way as close as I can get it to the edge of the frontal. So I'm not really overlapping the frontal, but I'm definitely making sure to get it as close as possible, just so that it almost falls into like a waterfall. So every track that you use go up, it starts to overlap the previous one, so on and so forth. You guys, this is so freaking easy. I know that I sell wigs and things like that, but just discovering this, not even really discovering, but more so getting into this, almost made me want to stop sewing my frontals. So I mean, if you guys would be interested in purchasing a frontal quick weave, let me know. I'm more than willing to make it for you. And obviously the price would probably be cut about in half. So that would be a substantial difference. If you guys have not already, make sure you check out my website where I do custom wigs and some that are already pre-made or reused from previous companies. So it's forevercryssy.com. That will be in the description box below. Make sure that you are subscribed and turn on your post notifications. I know YouTube algorithm is just a bit funky sometimes, so just make sure that you have those bells turned on. And as you can see, I just continue to go up into a U shape, parting it out, applying the glue, and just kind of taking my time. I think I was watching Game of Thrones. It took me about an hour to complete the entire unit. That's from obviously not plucking it, right? But the entire unit as far as laying down the tracks, which is pretty standard when you do a quick weave. So if I don't know if you've ever gotten one or you've ever done it on a client, usually a quick weave takes about an hour to install and you're done. So actually, I think that's how long it takes me for sewing. So it could be less time than that. I'm not exactly sure. So 30 minutes to an hour. I'm just going to go with that. So anyway, that's, yeah, about right. Anywho, so with the frontal, like I said, I did bleach the knots. I did plug that out. I have plenty of videos that show you how to bleach and customize your frontals. I have decided to kind of do them a bit different. So if you want an updated video on that, let me know. I've discovered like a quicker version that comes out flawless every single time. So yeah, other than that, I mean, as you can see, I'm literally just closing this up. I could have done these tracks as small as I want to. I know some people would just do like one long track across. To me, defeats the purpose because then I have to work harder to make sure that that track is always hidden, which is why I like to do the waterfall, so that as it goes up, the only track I need to worry about is if I do a middle part, I need to make sure that that one last piece is flipped over. As you can see, I just did that one across. It's about an inch and a half to 2 inches, and the hair is as flat as possible. So I plan on doing some half up, half downs, some braided styles, things like that. Y'all, this frontal looks beautiful. I'm definitely going to have to like trim it and, shape it and stuff like that. But leave any comments or questions down below. I hope that I went over everything for you guys and it was easy to understand. If not, leave some comments. I'll give you an updated video or just answer you in the comments. So I love you so much. Stay pretty. I will see you in my next video. Have a good one. Bye, babes.